Now we'll start with VLOOKUP. Okay, let me start with a VLOOKUP example. Okay, now this is what employee department is given by employee ID wise, the company they are working with, the department, which department they are from, number of years of experience, and currently how much salary they are getting. This all information is given here. In another table, the same employee ID, it is given as employee full name, education, and age. Now, somebody has asked you, could you please give me complete employee information? So that means I want to create a new table which says about employee master underscore data. So how will you get the employee master data? You need to add these three field values to this table. So how should you go for doing that, guys? You have to know about using VLOOKUP. So write VLOOKUP. The lookup value is employee ID. You are looking for full name, education, and age from the employee details. You select these three columns. Go for using match function to get the employee's full name. So you are using here, let's say the field name has been changed to full name. In this case also make it to full name. So you get the value. Now how it is coming here, because in VLOOKUP you have four conditions. One is called, in VLOOKUP you have four criteria, 1, 2, 3, and 4. One is called lookup value. Second one is called table array. Third one is called column index. And fourth one is called range lookup. So to get this value, what we have done here, guys, so we have given, this is the formula. So this is what the formula which you have. Now understand what is the lookup value in this case. A2 is the lookup value. What is the table array in this case? It is given, this is as your table array, from which table you are looking for the value for your full name. This is called as your column index, and this is called range lookup as 0. So your VLOOKUP is having four criteria. This is how you go for getting this value. Now when you want to make this dynamic, you make A as constant, column A to column D, make it as constant here. So you put dollar here, you put dollar here. This is one is getting dollar here. Make this here as both dollar, dollar, dollar D, and dollar one. So this is how, guys, you need to make this as a dynamic and drag these values, you get it over here. So this is what the use of VLOOKUP. Guys, you understood this, or shall I do it one more time? Guys, did you understand this?
Yes, sir, understood.
Got it.
Okay. Hello. Yes. Now this is how we go for VLOOKUP. Okay, so I give one more example. Let's say we have student ID, which is S1 to S10. We have given subject SAS, R, Python, Excel, VBA, Tableau is given here. You are using random between 100 to 900 values here. Group A special values. Now you have been asked to get the value of SAS. How do you write? You write VLOOKUP. The lookup value is S1. This is going to be a table array. The SAS position is coming as 2, column number 2 and 0. You get the value. Then again you go for R. You write VLOOKUP. The lookup value is S1. Go for this table array. Search for SAS column index is 3 and 0. So rather doing it manually, what we can do here, guys, I can select this as my student score is my range name. I select this header. I call this as my header. Now what I'll do here, guys, there is a function called match function. Match, I'm looking for SAS over, this is what the lookup array. Lookup array is my header. Header means the first row. It gives me the SAS position. It is coming as what? 2. If I drag this, it's become R is in third column. If I drag this, Python is going to 4 column. If I drag this, it is going to be Excel is going to 5th column. So now when I write VLOOKUP, I go for lookup value is this. I go for table array. I select this is my table array which I've given as a range name. Then I go for using match function of SAS. This is the header, bracket close and 0. What is happening here? In this case, J is going to be constant. 1 is getting constant here. I drag this to the right and to the down. So this is how I can defining this range. I can get my output over here. So this is called VLOOKUP with match as scenario 1. Now what we'll do here, we'll talk about VLOOKUP. Another example which says that VLOOKUP with your external file options. What does it mean? So imagine scenario 2. In scenario 2, you have employee details is given in another folder, right? So you have given employee department details. You have given employee details here. Now you want to get these are the informations from another Excel workbook. How should you go for doing this? VLOOKUP. The lookup value is this. Now in this case, you are looking for the table array from this another workbook which you have it. Then use match function. Match of what? Full name over, this is the header, bracket close as column index is over, range lookup. In this case, what is getting constant? Your A is constant. You can see your table array column A to D is constant here. Your 1 is constant in this case, and your lookup array is already given as a constant from that other Excel form. You can drag this, you can get those output over here. Okay guys, got it? But the advantage and disadvantages of connecting to other Excel file, what will happen? Now the function which you see here, opening a notepad, you save this. This is what your VLOOKUP. This is the lookup value. This is your table array. This is your column index, and this is your range lookup. Okay, this is the VLOOKUP is given. Now what happens when you go for closing this other Excel file which you connected? The moment you close this file here, you can see the same VLOOKUP function has become this. What is the changes you see in this? It is given the complete path. This is the Excel workbook. This is the Excel workbook. Complete path is given from where it is reading this data. Can you see this? This is the match, and this is your range lookup. You understand, right? Now what challenges that you can face through, guys? Here, let's say this is what the data is given. Somebody has gone to this folder. In this folder, they have renamed this file to 2020. So when you imported, the file was employee details underscore new.xlsx. Now the file name has been changed to 2020. If you go to your Excel workbook now, if you go to your Excel workbook now, if you say enable content, it says edit link or continue. If you say edit link, you go for update the value for this. You say change data source. Now this time you are going to change your file from ODC, Excel, VLOOKUP, go to data. Now you give the complete path as Excel 2020. Now you can see this Excel has been changed. You can see they have been changed to Excel employee details underscore new underscore 2020. So guys, this is what we have to go for. When you have connected to another Excel file, you have to do edit link or continue the link. Otherwise, you can go to data. You have something called edit link option. You can under data, queries and connections, you go to edit link. Now you can select your file which you have, then say update value. Now when is update value? If there is any changes happen to that file, everything is going to change over here. This is how, guys, we need to understand about getting data in Excel from one sheet to another sheet. Excel VLOOKUP. Excel VLOOKUP values from one workbook to another workbook, and what are the advantages and disadvantages. We covered that. Now we'll go to next, which is called designing a data model using VLOOKUP. What does it mean? So guys, this is what the data is given to you, where you are given a transaction file. So let me copy this transaction file here. I open another Excel file. I right click, do pay special and values. So I give this table name, which is this. So this is what my table name. Then I have one customer details table is given, where it is given as pay special values and transpose about customer related information. So the table name is customer details. Okay. Same way, you have given something called store related information. So you have given another table over here, which is called pay special values and transpose. The information name is store details. Same way, you have given here as special values and transpose. This is the table name which is called rename as product details. If you go to stock, so we go for creating this table as stock underscore details. So this is how your Excel data is given, guys, here. Okay. So now if you want to design a data model in Excel, so how will you go for design data model here? You will make a relationship between these two using a VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP of what? Customer ID to customer ID. VLOOKUP on what? Your store ID to the store ID here. VLOOKUP of what? Your called product ID to your product ID. VLOOKUP is on what? How to go for connecting your stock information to the store. So once you connect customer ID to here, so store ID. So customer ID and store ID information is going to come in here. Is it given? Okay. So it is given your customer ID and store ID information. So now from this table, you will have product with store ID. You need to map it to product ID, store to store ID here. So product to product ID and store ID to store ID here. Store ID to get your complete information. This is how, guys, you need to make a relationship between your tables, right? So how will you go for making this relationship into your Excel file to design the data model? So this is what we'll do now. So what we can do, let me have my customer transaction details information which I copied and I pasted over here. And when I paste these values over here, guys, I rename this called customer call all transaction details, or let's say transaction master file. So how will you go for designing transaction master file? Besides to this customer num which is given, or you have a customer ID, you need to get a complete customer level information from this. What information you want to bag in? Customer name, date of birth, gender, and store ID. Store ID, I guess it is there, so you just have to get these three information only. So going back to the data model here, you have to get these are the three information. So I just cut this here. I go for cut these three columns and I paste it beside to this customer ID. Same way, I go to store ID. I want to keep store ID, store market, and location information. So I just keep that. Control X. I keep it beside to this store ID information. Same way, I will have product related information like product name, category, actual price. I copy this all. I go to transaction master file. I keep this all field. I keep this field into besides to the product ID. Okay, guys. Now I have to keep, guys, please go on mute. I want to get only the stock information. So I keep it here. So I can keep this stock information. has got this column besides this. Okay. So how will you go for getting these field values? Now let's discuss here. Besides to customer ID, we want to get customer related information. So I write VLOOKUP customer ID. I go to customer details. I take this all field information here besides to customer ID. I use match function. Match function of what? I write VLOOKUP of customer ID. From this customer table, I use match function here, searching for in the customer table customer name from the customer table here. Bracket close and close. When I do that, I know my column A is going to be constant here. My table array column B to F will never change. One is going to change here. One is going to constant. This is column B, column 1, $F, $1 should be constant here. So now I drag this here. I got this complete information out of this table here. Now what is the date of birth is coming? Right click, do a format cell, make it to a date format. So I get the date of birth in the date format. Same way for stored level information, I go for VLOOKUP. This is the lookup value. Go to the store table. I make it as 2 and 0 to get store name. Same way store location. I make it VLOOKUP by store ID. I can go to the store table. I get it here, column 3 and 0, which is going to create this as my store level information. Understood, guys? Same thing, I'll go for my product level information. So I write VLOOKUP by product ID. I go to product details. I select all these columns here. I use match of what? Product name over, this is the header, right? Now it says 0 bracket close, comma 0 bracket close. So this is how I created my lookup value for product name. I need to go for making this as a constant, or we call this as absolute reference here. I give it to 1 as a constant. Here in this case is going to be $A, $1. Why I'm doing that? Because it's not going to change at all. So it's going to be, I drag this to the right and down. So I will not get stock information. As I get stock information from this table, where I have to insert a mix field in the stock table. The mix field would be product ID ampersand the store ID, which will give me by each product ID wise what is the stock level information. So how to get that stock level information here? I'll write VLOOKUP. I go for the product ID ampersand the store ID, and we are looking for table array, which is this two field 2 and 0. So I got the stock here. So how to get sales value here, guys? Sales is going to be an expression here. It is the quantity to be multiplied with the product price, which you get it over here. So this is how you design this complete data model now. Now this data model can be used for the analysis. So this is the importance of knowing VLOOKUP to design a data model. Guys, is that clear now? What is the importance of VLOOKUP?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let me show you the data model which we design. This is called data model. Okay. Sometimes what could be the possible questions in VLOOKUP? Let me tell you. So this is called question and answer. First thing, the question one will be, what are the criteria we have in VLOOKUP? Guys, can you tell that? What are the criteria in VLOOKUP, guys?
Lookup value, lookup array,
Lookup value, lookup array,
Lookup array
then you
or
call
table array.
table
sorry,
array,
table array,
Then
you column index,
Column index.
column index,
range lookup.
same way Q3, what are the criteria in match function? Tell me. Lookup value, then
Head.
lookup array, then your
Header.
match lookup. So match lookup would be same as range lookup as 0.
0.
Okay, this is the question 2. Question 3. What would be the error in VLOOKUP? You will get as what? As n by a, which means the value is not available,
Not available.
right? Now, the fourth question, explain the scenario where we can use VLOOKUP. Give an example of employee details to department information or data model from customer transaction to customer to product to store and stock information. So this is what the example which you can share. This is how we go for using VLOOKUP. Making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
yes sir,
Okay, right,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
Okay. So now we have completed VLOOKUP with match function. Now we'll go for HLOOKUP index and offset functions. So let me do that. We'll do it HLOOKUP index and offset functions together in one Excel file. So what I'll do here, A5 dot H lookup underscore index underscore offset. All three in one function. Let me create an Excel file. Student underscore score. So we have given student name, SAS, R, Python, Excel, VBA, SQL, let's say ML, let's say AI, let's say DL. Student name, let's say genus, let's say Lasya, let's say Survi, let's say Pawan, let's say Diksha, let's say Ajay, let's say Sambhu, let's say Shakti. So this is given as a random between how much they have scored between 100 to 900. Okay, guys. So somebody has asked you, we will do this using H lookup. Somebody has asked to get the value for SQL, AI, Excel, and VBA. So I'll use here H lookup. H lookup is horizontal lookup. It has the lookup value as SQL. Was the table array? This is my table array. Right? What is the row index? I will use here match function. This is my row index. Genus within this and 0. So in H lookup, guys, in H lookup, you have 4 criteria: 1, 2, 3, and 4. In this, first one is lookup
Lookup
value. Second one is
range.
table array.
Table array.
Then column index.
Sir, row
Then,
index.
so this is row index.
Yes, sir.
Row index. I just got this here. I pasted over here. In this case, what is the lookup value? N1 was the table array. A1 to J9 was the row index. You are using a match function here. What is the range lookup? Is always 0. Okay, guys. Now, how do you get this value? You know this N1, when you drag this, it will go from O1 to P1. So what is constant in this case? 1 is constant. Your table array will never change. Just make it $A, $1, because it's going to be absolute reference. This is M2 will change it to go to M3, M4. What is constant in this case? M is constant. Go for $A, $1. Same way here, $A, $9. Now you drag this, you get this output here. Okay, guys. So this is the use of H lookup. Same way, I copy this data. I'll do index function. So how will you get this output using index function, guys? You will write index. Index asks you the array. So this is going to be my array. Index asks you the row number. You use match or genus. Sorry, genus को genus लिख दिया मैंने. चलो. Within, this is what my lookup array. Then 0 bracket close. This is my row index. Same way, I'll go for column index. I will go for match of SQL over this is my column index as a 0 and bracket close. So I get the value here. What is going to change? What is not going to change? My array will never change. I put $A, $1, which is absolute reference. I go from M2 to M3. The M is going to constant. My lookup array for row index is not going to change. So I said $A, $1, $A, $9. Then I go from my column index, which is going to N1 to O1. So I'll go for 1 is constant. Lookup array A1 to J1 will never change. So I'll put $A, $1, $J, $1. To drag this to the right, you get these values. This is in index. Now in index, what is the criteria, guys? In index, you have 3 criteria. One is define your array. Within that array, define your row num, define your column number and row number. So when you write this function here, what it represents, your array is this, which is not going to change. It is fixed. This is the array. What is the row index you have? This is the row index. What is the column index you have? This is the column index. Understood, guys? How to use it? Index function. Now let's copy this. Do the same thing using your offset function. So how will you do that using offset function? You write offset. What's the reference? Always reference starts from here. The first. What is the row index? Row you will go for using match. Match of genus as M2 from this lookup array. How to go for column index? You will go for match. Match of SQL from this. In reference, you have to ignore A1. You have to start from B1 onwards is your column. A2 onwards is your row index. So now you go for looking at your column and row index is selected. Go for closing the bracket. You get these values here. What is going to constant in this case? Your $A, $1, because it is going to be absolute reference. It will not change. Is going from M2 to M3. What is constant in this case? M is constant. And your row lookup array will never change. So $A, use $2. Same way, $A, use $9. In this case, 1 is constant, going from $B to $1, going for $J to $1. You drag this to the right here, guys, and the down. So whatever you can do in VLOOKUP, you can also do the same thing using HLOOKUP, index, and offset. Again, it is depending on the situation where you can go for defining this. So guys, it is always advisable when somebody is going to ask you what is the interview question will happen. So the question and answer, if lookup function VLOOKUP is not there, what would be your approach to get lookup value? What would be your approach? What would be your approach, guys?
Offset and index.
I'll go for using index. I can go for using offset. I can go for using HLOOKUP. Understood? These all
Yes,
three
sir.
can be used, right? Now, Q2. Can we use index, offset, and HLOOKUP for designing data model? Answer should be yes, we can, but it can be complex. So we would prefer to have VLOOKUP. Okay, guys. So this is how you have to remember about these functions. Now, the next one will talk about count and count a, count if this thing. We'll take a break now, guys. We'll start class at 4 o'clock. Okay, just finish your lunch or anything is pending, guys. We'll start class at 4 o'clock. We'll go and finish the session 2 also.